You all good? All good to go, man. So shalom, shalom,
Shalom, shalom.
shalom to everybody online that may be tuning in. Um, Shabbat shalom. So, shout out to everybody that's tuning in, that's keeping the Sabbath day holy, that's honoring the Most High and the Son. Double honors to the elders and apostles that's been in this truth for many moons and decades and putting in they brick, shout out to the men that's out there laboring on the highways and byways, that's out there teaching the word and waking up the rest of the elect. Shout out to the women that's holding it down at the households, raising up the children in the way that they ought to go and being the righteous examples that they ought to be to the younger women. So, shalom to everybody here, messengers of the covenant. Come on to you with another lesson. This one is called Abomination of Desolation coming soon. And we're gonna look at the history of what is the abomination of desolation. If we look to the Christian church, we're gonna be all damn confused because they say it ain't happened yet. But we're gonna break it down piece by piece. It shouldn't be too long. And through the spirit of the Most High, we're gonna get the understanding. So let's go ahead and open up to Matthew chapter 24 and verse 15. So if I can ask, what is the abomination of desolation, excluding y'all brothers that's been in this thing for many moons? What y'all know about it? Abomination of desolation. Huh? No? Abomination. Okay. We're gonna find out because Christ did mention it. You know what I'm saying? So let's see what the Lord said. Matthew 20, yeah.
Matthew chapter 24 and verse 15. And when ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet, standing in the holy place, whosoever readeth, let him understand.
So he said, when ye shall see the abomination of desolation standing at the holy place, let him that readeth, you're gonna understand this thing. But now we got other accounts in which, other accounts of the gospels, they say the same exact thing, but in another way. So now let's go to Mark chapter 13 and let's get verses 14. Leave on to start at 14. Mark 13 and let's get let's get 14.
Mark chapter 13 and verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
But when ye shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet, standing where it ought not,
Mm-hmm.
let him that readeth understand. Then let them that be in Judea flee to the mountains.
So now he gives you a little bit more. Mark gives you a little bit more insight to what is the abomination of desolation. It said it was spoken of by Daniel the prophet, right? So now he says again, standing where it ought not. Who's the it, and where exactly is he standing at? You know what I'm saying? So and then it says, let them that read it understand. Then let them that be in Judea flee to the mountains. So now let's go to Daniel right quick. Daniel chapter 8, and let's get verses 8 through 12. And then we're going to drop down in that same chapter. So let's find out what this abomination of desolation is. Y'all know what abomination means?
Disgusting.
The brother said disgusting. What else?
Lies.
Yeah.
Lies. Something the Most High detests, right? Utterly hates.
That's right.
Right? So we're gonna get into some history of well, we're gonna break it down. I ain't gonna spoil it just yet.
There you go.
Daniel 8 and 8. Let's start there.
8 and 8.
Yeah.
Verse 8. Therefore the goat. I'm sorry. Slacking.
No worries.
Therefore the he goat waxed very great, and when he was strong, the great horn was broken.
So just to get straight to the point on this, we ain't gonna read the whole chapter. The he goat, when you read verse 21, is in reference to Greece, and in this particular verse right here, it says, therefore the he goat waxed very great, and when he was strong, the great horn was broken. The great horn is referring to the Medo-Persian Empire, right? Because at that time, who rose up against the Medes and the Persians? The Greeks did. And who was the king at that time? Alexander the Great.
That's right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Alexander the Greek. You know what I'm saying? We don't give him the title of the Great.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but keep going on that.
And for it came up 4 notable ones toward the 4 winds of heaven.
Right. So after he died of his wickedness and debauchery and sexual escapades at the age of 32, 4 notable ones came up behind him. And who were the 4 notable ones? Ptolemy,
Mhm.
Seleucus,
Cassandra.
Cassander, and Lysimachus, right?
Mhm.
So these are the 4 men that is in reference towards the 4 notable ones. Go ahead.
Verse 9. And out of one of them came forth a little horn,
Uh-huh.
which waxed exceedingly great.
Con. And after those dudes, there came out a little horn, which waxed exceedingly great. And this is in reference towards Antiochus, right? Antiochus, he was I mean, you talk about a devil, man. He was the epitome of one. Right? Go ahead.
Toward the south, and toward the east, and toward the pleasant land.
Uh-huh.
And it waxed great,
Con.
even to the host of heaven.
Mm-hmm.
And it came down, and it cast down some of the hosts of the stars to the ground, and stamped upon.
Con. Now,
Yeah.
we ain't gonna get every single precept, so y'all can write this one down as far as who is the host of heaven. This is Exodus chapter 12 and verse 41, and it refers to Israel as being the host. So we were stomped upon and beaten down in this captivity under the Greeks. So now let's actually keep reading all the way through 12.
Verse 11. Ye, he magnified himself even to the princes of the hosts, and by him the daily sacrifices was taken away, and the place of the sanctuary was cast down,
Con.
and hosts was given him against the daily sacrifice by reason of transgressions, and it cast down the truth to the ground, and it practiced and prospered.
Right. So right here, talks about how what's the dude Antiochus, he took away the daily sacrifice, and Israel was casted down at this particular time. So we're gonna drop down and we're gonna get verses 21 through 27.
Verse 21. And the rough goat is the king of Greece, and the great horn that is between the eyes is the first king.
Mm-hmm.
Now that being broken, whereas 4 stood up, for it 4 kingdoms shall stand up out of the nation, but not in his power.
So again, it's reiterating, letting you know verbatim that the first king of Greece is the rough goat, is the he goat. That was Alexander the Great. Mentions the 4 notable ones again. Keep going.
Verse 23. And in the latter times of their kingdom, when the transgressions were come to the full, a king of furious countenance and understanding, dark sentences shall stand up, and his power shall be mighty, but not by his own power. And he shall destroy wonderfully, and shall prosper, and practice, and shall destroy the mighty and the holy people.
Right. We're gonna get into some of the history of what the Greeks did, and then we're gonna get an understanding of what the abomination of desolation is, and we're gonna get all of the history on it, and then we're gonna explain how there is an abomination of desolation coming soon. All right, go ahead.
Verse 25. And though his policies also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart.
Right. So now that kind of sounds familiar to me. You know what I'm saying? It says that, and though his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand. We seeing various policies being passed right now. You know what I'm saying? And the craftiness of these policies. You know what I'm saying? Even when we're gonna deal with it, even dealing with the jab or the poison. You know what I'm saying? What was one of the first things they said about men in making so in reference towards you not catching this what you call it? What's the word for it? I don't want to say I don't want to say it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's say the seed.
But the poison is dealing with the jab, but the vid. We'll say the vid.
Yeah.
We can say the vid.
The
Okay. What's one of the things that they said to men that they couldn't that they should do when it first started moving, and they was like, you don't want to catch it. You know what they told? They said you should shave off your beard. It helps you from not catching the vid.
Damn.
Y'all remember that? Yeah, I'm gonna
Damn.
show y'all
I
that. I'm
remember
gonna
that
send
one.
that to everybody, man.
Wow.
I got to. They said that, man. You
Wow.
shave it off, man. But look, we're gonna see things being implemented in these last days that's gonna affect the children of Israel. We're gonna see the crafty policies, man. Right now they working slowly, you know what I'm saying? But it's gonna come to a point where his policies is gonna be get down or lay down.
That's
Go
right.
ahead.
I'm starting from the top.
Mhm.
And though his policies also, he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand.
Go ahead. All the way through 27.
And the vision of the evening and the morning which was told is true. Wherefore shalt thou up the vision, for it shall be for many days. And I, Daniel, fainted and was sick certain days.
And look, Daniel couldn't take it what he saw, man. You know what I'm saying? It was a time like never seen before. You know what I'm saying? The brother said he fainted, man. You know what I'm saying? It was sick many days. You know what I'm saying? Let the Most High give some of us visions, man.
Thank you.
We probably dropped dead.
True that.
You know what I'm saying?
True that.
Out of fear, man.
That's right.
You know, so we keep going.
Afterwards, I rose up and did the king's business, and I was astonished at the vision, but none understood it.
Con, you know what? Salakia. Now, I did find an article. There was one last year. It was when it was first started, but this one is actually this year. It says right here, while your beard may be increasing your COVID. I said it already. I didn't say it.
You see.
I said it. It says, while your beard may be increasing your vid-19 risk. It says,
Wow.
I'm going to read a little bit of it, man. It says, beards may increase your risk for developing the vid. A heavy beard makes it more difficult to get a good seal between the mask and your face. It says, this creates a gap where V19 containing droplets can enter your mask. Certain styles of facial hair are better than others when it comes to getting a proper fit for your mask. You know what I'm saying? But other articles and everything, they were trying to go into it and telling men that they need to shave.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So
Crazy.
trying to put that fear tactics. You know what I'm saying? They want you to, look booty faced, look effeminate, man.
Oh, yeah.
But we not doing that, man. Y'all shaving y'all beard? You walking around, you shaving yours? Not at all. You hear that, man? Country Bama over here, man. Come, man. So we keeping that, man.
My
But,
answer is no.
right. Respectfully.
Hell no.
Right. God, let's go to First Maccabees chapter 1, and let's get verse 54, and then we're gonna read up. We're gonna get straight to it, then we're gonna read up.
First Maccabees chapter 1. And verse what?
54.
Oh, 54. Verse 54. Now the 15th day of the month Caslu, in the 140th year, they sent up an abomination of desolation upon the altar, and built idols, altered throughout the city of Judah on every side. Keep reading.
Yeah, keep going.
And burnt incense at the door of their house and in the streets. And when they had rent in pieces the books of the law which they found, they burned them with fire.
So we seeing right here, it says, on the 15th day of the month Caslu, in the 140th and 5th year, they set up the abomination of desolation upon the altar. You know what I'm saying? So here they started to put idols around the temple, you know what I'm saying, at people's houses. Everybody started setting up graven images, and eventually they started to sacrifice within the temple, man. And this is the abomination of desolation right here. Right, keep going.
Verse 56. I'm sorry, verse 57. And wheresoever was found with any the books of the testament, or if any sentence the if any consent I'm sorry, if any consented to the law,
Uh-huh.
the king commandments was that they should put him to death. Thus did they by their authority unto the Israelites every month, to as many as were found in the city. Now the 5th and 20th day of the month, they
So it's like, hold on right there. It says, "Thus did they by their authority to the children of Israel, or to the unto the Israelites every month."
Mhm.
So they made it damn near look, a monthly thing, like
Yeah.
we keep the new moons.
Yeah. Straight up.
You know what I'm saying? And who knows when they did it? They probably did it on the full moon every month,
Hmm.
the left hand side, right?
Come.
You know what I'm saying? So, and they every month they went and found as many as they could and put them to death. Man, that was the decree that was passed at the time of Antiochus, man. And we're gonna see certain decrees, and we're gonna go through these precepts and show how they're gonna defile this new temple, man.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Now, you got the fake Jews in the land right now. They're in talks about building a third temple. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's looking to a third temple being built up, man. You know what I'm saying? They all looking to this, man. We got to start the process now. They got all the stuff that they're going to put in it. They say it's going to be more magnificent than the first temple, than the second temple. You know what I'm saying? That's what they say. Look, I was reading some articles earlier, man. But keep going down a little bit on that.
Verse
Matter
59.
of fact, no, Salaka, we're going to just read up. Let's get verse 20 right quick. Verse 20, and we're going to read a little bit down. We're going to jump to various places. So,
Verse 20. And after that, Antiochus had smitten Egypt
uh-huh.
and returned again to the 140th and 40 and third year.
So look, they were at war with each other, man. You know what I'm saying? Like Yahweh Shai say, a kingdom divided against itself shall not stand. You know what I'm saying? So he was going to other areas where Edomites were ruling, and they were conquering these areas. You know what I'm saying? If you read the verse above, it says that he went to Egypt and made war against Ptolemy, right? But Ptolemy was afraid. You know what I'm saying? So this is the pride of this particular Edomite right here, Antiochus, and he was flexing his muscle, right? But he coming into our area. Esau ain't coming by himself, man. Hell no, we would have rat packed his ass. You know what I'm saying? So he came deep, and that's how Esau rolled, man. Right? Go ahead.
And and after Antiochus had smitten Egypt and returned again in the 143rd year, he went up against Israel and Jerusalem with a great multitude.
With the what?
With a great multitude.
He came deep, man. You remember how he came against Jacob? And Jacob was a little afraid. He didn't know what Esau was going to do to him. You know what I'm saying? So he tried to give him some gifts. Esau wanted to kill him, but what? The Most High put a spirit on him not to, man. You know what I'm saying? You go back and read that account in Genesis, man. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
And entered proudly into the sanctuary and took away the golden altar and the candlesticks and light and all the vessels thereof, and the table of the shewbread and the powdering vessels, and the vessels and the censers of gold.
Drop down to verse 24.
Verse 24. And when he had taken all away, he went into his own land, having made a great massacre, and spoke very proudly. Therefore there was great mourning in Israel and in every place where they were, so that the princes and elders mourned, the virgins and the young men were made feeble, and the beauty of women was changed.
All right, and we're going to see that happen in these times, man. And this next abomination of desolation. You know what I'm saying? But just imagine that. You know what I'm saying? Try to picture Esau in his most wicked state. You know what I'm saying? That's like Esau coming to your house, man. Taking down your pictures, your rock. You know what I'm saying? He just changing things how he want to do it. You know what I'm saying? taking your goodly items, man. Taking it for himself, saying this coming with me, man. And he got a whole army with him. And he just looking at you like, what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying?
We closer to those days right now.
Right, yeah, we about to see those things come to pass, man.
Yeah.
That's why the Bible says you're gonna be living as pilgrims on the earth, man.
Okay.
You know what I'm
That's right.
saying? So, but it's about to get real hectic, right? Go ahead.
Verse 27. Every bridegroom took up lamentation, and she that sat in the marriage chamber was in heaviness.
Mhm.
The land also was moved for the inhabitants thereof, and all the houses of Jacob was covered with confusion.
Come on, let's drop down to verse 41.
Verse 41. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people.
Right, and that sounds familiar. Because what does America say?
Hmm.
They say we are all one under God. Is that the truth? I heard somebody say, yeah.
Nah.
Somebody said, yeah.
Nah.
Nah, okay, he said so. Hey, look, we know that. We know we not. You know, I was looking at something earlier. The sister. Let me see if I still got it, man. Yeah, we know we not the same, man. Check this article out right quick. And that this just happened, last month in Louisiana. Let me see if I can get it up. It's running a little slow. But okay. So here we go. This is the sister in Louisiana. This happened sometime in September. Her name was Chantel Arnold. Says she ended up in the hospital after an encounter with the deputy sheriff in Jefferson Parish, Louisiana. So the title, the headline says 3 children attacked a black woman. Right?
Mm.
We know children are oppressors. We didn't specify if it was other black kids that attacked the woman, but nonetheless, 3 children attacked a black woman. It says a sheriff's deputy arrived and beat her more.
Wow.
And beat her up some more, man.
Wow.
She's the victim, but you got a sheriff pulling up. We're not done. You know what I'm saying? We are not done. But that's what we're dealing with right now in this time, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the affliction that we go through. You know what I'm saying? That's the trials and the suffering, man. You know what I'm saying? So, but hey, man, he gonna get back double. He's gonna get back double, man. So, let's keep going on that right quick.
Verse 42. 42.
Mhm.
And everyone should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandments of the king.
Mhm.
Yea, many also of the Israelites consisted to this religion,
Uh-huh.
and sacrificed unto idols,
Come.
and profaned the Sabbath. For the king had sent letter by messenger unto Jerusalem and the cities of Judea.
Right. So they're gonna always come with that persuasive energy, try to talk you to submitting unto them first. But if you eventually if you don't submit, then then comes the army. You know what I'm saying? Then comes the backlash. First they gotta vilify you in their media. You know what I'm saying? Through their false prophets. You know what I'm saying? Then it's gonna get physical, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? IQ was bringing it out last night. I'm gonna bring up a couple of things he brought up last night, man. But let's drop down to verse 47.
Verse 47. Set up idols and groves and chapels and idols, and sacrifice swine flesh and unclean beasts.
Right, so they were sacrificing swine's flesh upon the altar, man, within the temple, man. This is the abomination of desolation. And what nation was doing it? The Edomites, man. Man, y'all should have seen how this Edomite was upset earlier today, man. Y'all should have seen it, man. Me and Barack out there, we dealt solely with the sister. He was enraged because he was the friend with her. You know what I'm saying? So, but he got tight, man. He got tight about it. So,
I was gonna have that problem.
Con. Yeah, they do that there too. Yeah, but that's up in Northern Cali. Con. Yeah, man. They sacrificing quite often still to these days. So, that was it on that, no?
Yeah.
Okay.
48.
Okay, so now let's go to the book of Psalms, chapter 137, man. You know what I'm saying? Because the temple was built up in I believe it was, I don't want to say it wrong. It was 960 BC, the first temple. Solomon, the one that Solomon built, 960 BC. That's when the first temple was built. and it was destroyed in 586 BC.
Mm.
You know, and who did it? We're gonna get it through the precepts, man.
So
Go ahead.
147.
137 and
137.
verses 7 through 9.
Psalms 137, verses 1 through 9.
7 through 9.
7 through 9. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem.
Right. So the Most High, you know, David is sending this prayer to the Most High saying, remember, O Lord, the children of Edom, man. You know what I'm saying? What did they do?
Who said, raise it even to the foundations thereof.
They was like, destroy it, man. We want to see it go down.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? What happened in 586 BC? The Babylonians took over Judah
Mhm.
in the southern kingdom, man. Brought them into slavery, destroyed the temple. And who was there cheering it on?
Esau.
Them damn Edomites, man.
They were Amalekites.
You know, and this is actually a stumbling block for some that believe Esau is somebody else. Because when you go, we're gonna go to the next book and chapter, and you know, they kind of stumble at this. I don't see how, but it's clear when you go through the precepts. Keep going.
Verse 8. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast saved us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dashes thy little ones against the stones.
Right. So look, brothers is gonna be happy to reward Edom, man. We're gonna be happy to reward the white man for what he's did, for what he's done, man, and what he's continuing to do and what he's about to do, man. Yeah, Jake's gonna be happy. Y'all gonna be singing. You know what I'm saying? Jake's gonna be dancing. You know, blood on the feet.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna dance like David on the set, though. You know what I'm saying? That's what we gonna do. Exactly,
Right.
man. You know what I'm saying? You don't think, oh, cute little baby, little Tyler.
Yeah,
and,
right.
No, yeah, we grabbing him by his blonde hair. That's what we doing, man. You know what I'm saying? That was it on verse 9?
Yeah, but you gotta also remember,
Go ahead.
like when they say dash our little ones, you know, that was a big thing. The Most High made sure that he put that in the Psalms, you know, how they did us.
Right.
And we don't know exactly all that this man is actually doing right now today.
Yeah.
But he's gonna be exposed. And when he exposed, we're gonna be shocked. We truly gonna be shocked. The water, the air, the food. I mean, what has this man not done? You know,
All the missing persons.
us.
You know what I'm saying?
Real.
And the stuff that he's done to these
Absolutely.
kids when he got
Absolutely.
hold of them. You know, it's some sick stuff out there that
That's
Esau
right.
has done and is off into.
He made it out of a song.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To rejoice.
Oh yeah.
This
I know,
is a
right?
song that's rejoicing and got music
God.
behind it.
God.
We're gonna be dashing the heads off them, singing. Yeah.
It was a brother from SOT. He really got into it. They was bringing this out. He was like, "Happy shall we be that cast his heads against the stones."
Absolutely.
That brother was feeling. He was in the spirit, man.
Absolutely.
And even our women, man. What happened when you remember that, right? What happened when you know, David and Saul and they was fighting against the Philistines, man? What was the women doing at that time, man?
Yeah, they were singing.
They were singing their ass off.
Yeah.
You talk about that drill music,
Yeah.
what our people off into right now. Our sisters was doing that ahead of time, man. You know, shoot a Edomite in the spleen bow. You know what I'm saying? It was nothing, man. You know, Saul his thousands and David his 10,000s.
That's
man.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Our sisters was about that action, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And y'all gonna learn about it real soon, right?
Miriam did that coming out of Egypt.
Out of Egypt,
Mm.
that's
They were
right, man.
singing and tambourine and
That's
everything.
right.
Right.
You know, killed the Egyptians that
Oh,
got
yeah.
flooded in the sea. That was a song.
That was a song.
Check
right.
that out, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So let's get Obadiah verses 10 through 15 right quick. You know what I'm saying? Because Esau, you know, he been waiting for us to fall for a while. The Most High ain't forget nothing, man.
That's right.
He ain't forget what it say in, I believe, Numbers 24, Deuteronomy chapter 2. Esau didn't let us pass through.
Right.
He didn't want to let us pass. We said, look, all right, look, we ain't going to take none of the water. We ain't going to try to, you know, take no food from y'all. Just let us pass through.
Right,
Esau
right.
said, no. You come through, you cross this line, we killing you.
Right.
Same thing with Moab. Same thing with any other nation that was around that area at that time, man.
Mhm.
And the Most High ain't forget that, man.
That's right.
And we're going to see what the Most High says in the book of Obadiah.
Let me get that real quick. My pages are stuck.
No worries.
Well, that's why the Most High said, remember the past.
That's right.
You know, we such a loving people, man.
Yeah.
How could we do that
Yeah.
to these people?
I know.
No, the Most High said, remember the past.
Right.
Thank
He requires that
He
which
requires
is
it. Exactly,
Come.
that which is past.
Come.
You want to love everybody, man.
Right. I mean, Jake and Eve, we got a short-term memory, and we just like to have fun so much. And I think a lot of times we kind of understand how much power we have, and I think deep down we know we could overtake these damn heathen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we feel like we don't want to abuse our power. We just gonna be abusing them. You know what I'm saying?
And then the Most High is going to inject that
Right.
lion spirit within us too.
Right. Come.
Just like Christ, he came as a lamb, but he's coming back as a lion.
That's right.
So,
Oh yeah, definitely. That spirit's gonna come back upon us, man.
Con.
Like it says in the book of Micah, chapter 5.
Mm.
All right, let's get that right quick.
Obadiah.
Yeah, Obadiah verses 10 through 15.
Verse 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee.
Right. So when you read it from verse 1, it talks about the vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord concerning Edom. Right. So this is when you drop down to verse 10, it says, you know, the Most High is going to destroy Edom, man. Because why? Their violence against thy brother Jacob. Go ahead.
And thou shalt be cut off forever.
Go ahead.
In the days that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away captive his forces, and foreigners entered into his gates, and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou wasted as one of them.
So when the Babylonians came through, ransacked Jerusalem, destroyed the temple, Esau was right there along with him, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Aching to get in there. Oh, let me get a taste of that. Can I do it with you? Let me burn it down, please. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Verse 12. But thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother in the day that he became a stranger. Neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction.
Right, because didn't the Most High say to us not to laugh at our enemy when they stumble or fall?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? But Esau ain't gonna uphold that. His mind ain't on the laws of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Even then, looking at it, the Most High said not to rejoice over, an Egyptian when they was coming to the land and everything, because we were servants unto them. You know what I'm saying? So keep going on that.
Neither shouldst thou have spoken proudly in the day of his distress.
That's what I want to say. This is a part of their forwarding of the affliction, man. When they rejoiced over the children of Israel's fall. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't just the rape, cutting the fetus out of the womb of the woman and doing all of the other stuff that we know that they done, but it was the fact that they rejoiced over it, man. It talks about in Ezekiel 25 how all the nations clapped their hands when Jerusalem fell, man.
Yeah.
Excited, right? You know what I'm saying? Keep going on there.
Verse 13. Thou shouldest not have entered into the gates of my people in the day of their calamities. Yea, thou shouldest not have looked on their affliction in the day of their calamity, nor have laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity. Neither should thou have stood in the crossway to cut off those of his that did escape. Neither should thou have delivered up those of his that did remain in the day of distress.
Right. So Esau was there to make sure nobody escaped. That everybody got a piece of that judgment. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got a piece of destruction. You know what I'm saying? So he already knew probably what time the Babylonians was going to do it. And they had encamped around about a specific perimeter of the of the land. You know what I'm saying? So look, this is warfare tactics, man. Guerrilla warfare. You know what I'm saying? So this is something that we was going through. But let's get first
real quick.
Go ahead.
And he also did that during slavery, because they say that he was the main conspirator that put up the money to bring us over here. So he got to pay for that as well.
Right.
So
let's get this out of First Ezra chapter 4 and verse 43 through 45 right quick. So this is actually going into these wise men that went to go talk to the king of Persia at this time, King Darius. So these are the Medes and the Persians ruling at this time. King Darius, uh, he was trying to get understanding on, or well, I think he asked the question, who's the wisest in all the world? You know, and it got to the point of the third man that spoke, and he answered him about the women being the wisest and are the strongest, are the people that are in control. So he honored him as being the wisest man of them all, and you know he asked him, you know, what do you want? What do you need? Anything? I got you. I'm gonna look at you like you my kinfolk, right? So let's get that right there. Verse 43.
That was on 4.
Yeah, 4 and 43.
Verse 43. Here we go. Verse 43. Then said he unto the king, remember thy vow, which thou hast vowed to build Jerusalem, in the day when thou camest to thy kingdom, and to send away all the vessels that were taken away out of Jerusalem.
Because they had promised to allow the Israelites to rebuild the temple after it was destroyed by the Babylonians. They allowed them to save all of their goodly vessels, and they said that they would allow them to build the temple up. Go ahead.
Which Cyrus set apart. Then he vowed to destroy Babylon, and to send them again, and to send them against hither. Verse 45. Thou also hast vowed to build up the temple, which Edom burned when Judea was made desolate by the Chaldeans.
Yeah, read that one more time, because it said, who burnt the temple, man?
Thou also hast vowed to build up the temple, which the Edomites burned when Judea was made destroyed by the Chaldeans.
Was made desolate by the Chaldeans, by the Babylonians. So they allowed Esau to burn the temple down, man. You know what I'm saying? So now let's go to Daniel chapter 11, and let's get verse 30. So at the time of the Greeks doing the Abomination of Desolation, you had that was around 168 BC, and they was sacrificing unto the Greek gods. They was sacrificing unto Zeus, Jupiter, Olympius. I think that all ties into the same person. They was sacrificing unto Zeus. So and they did abominable works, man. So, but now we got a better understanding of what Christ was talking about as far as the abomination of desolation. Now we're gonna get this precept, and then we're gonna get the account of the abomination of desolation in Luke, because we went to Matthew and Mark, but the one in Luke is even more explanatory for us.
What you got? Daniel's what?
Daniel chapter 11 and verses 30 and 31.
Daniel's chapter 11 verses 30. In verse 30. For the ships of Chechem shall come for the ships of Chechem shall come against him.
Right, so this is talking about the Romans. The Romans is going to eventually come against the Greeks, and they were going to overcome them, and then they would also do the abomination of desolation, right? And desecrating the holy temple and everything. Go ahead.
Therefore he shall be grieved and return, and have indignation against the holy covenant. So shall he do. He shall even return, and have intelligence with them that forsake the holy covenant.
Go ahead.
And armies shall stand on his part, and they shall pollute the sanctuary of strength, and shall take away the daily sacrifice, and they shall place the abomination that maketh desolate.
Now let's go to Luke chapter 21, and let's get verse 20 on down, man. So we see the prophecies that unfolded upon our people, and we know our people fled into the mountains, and those mountains were, the interiors of Africa. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us went to the west sides of Africa, some went down South Africa. We went all throughout there. We stayed over there for a period of time until the Arabs and the Africans came against us and eventually sold us to the European man, your friendly neighborhood white man. Right?
21 and what?
So, 21 and 20.
Verse 21. Luke chapter 21 and verse 20. And when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the abomination thereof is nigh.
Mhm. And look, and this one's a little bit more clear. It says, and Christ, in this account, Luke says, Christ said, and when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies. See, Matthew and Mark didn't mention the armies, but this one is a little bit more clear. So it makes it known what the abomination of desolation is. Like I said, a lot of Christians will say, well, the third temple, it got to be built up again, and the Antichrist, he's going to sit in it, and that's the abomination of desolation. You stupid. You stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to go through the precepts. Keep going.
Verse 21. Then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains, and let them which are in the midst of it depart out, and let not them that are in the countries enter thereinto. For these are the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. Verse 23. But woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days, for there shall be great distress in the land, and wept upon his people. For they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles, until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
Right. So these are the days of vengeance. And this was kind of twofold. Yahweh Shai was talking about the time of 70 AD, even unto the time unto today. You know what I'm saying? Because what? He said, they shall fall by the edge of the sword and shall be led away captive into all nations. We weren't really led away captive into every single nation until the transatlantic slave trade. You know what I'm saying? And it says, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles. The people that's living in the land right now are the Gentiles. And the times of the Gentiles, they're going to be ruling until Yahweh Shai comes and restores his people. You know what I'm saying? So who's in rulership right now? We seeing that, right? Edom is in power.
That's right.
So let's read verse 25 actually.
25. And there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth distress all of nations, with complexity, the sea and the war and the waves roaring.
So we see here it says there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon. I mean, I don't know if I was keeping up with it. It was like half of the month was like blood moons. You know what I'm saying? Like last month in September, it was like 12 days in a row. It wasn't even a full moon out, like a quarter of a moon, but it was bloody at certain parts of every single night for like 12 days straight. You know what I'm saying? So we seeing signs in the sun, signs in the moon. I seen a bloody sun. Wow. You know what I'm saying? And even then, we just last week in Los Angeles, we seen all that thunder and lightning. Nobody's ever seen it like that before. I can't recall a time in my life where I've ever heard as much thunder, seen as much lightning strikes. Can't recall it, man. You know what I'm saying? The Most High is letting it be known that this place is about to receive a hefty judgment. Bro.
That's right.
And especially Los Angeles and New York City.
Yes, sir.
They got to go. You know what I'm saying? So
26.
Read 26 right quick.
Verse 26. Men's heart shall failing them for fear, and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of the heavens shall be shaken.
Let's actually read up right quick. Let's read Luke 21, and let's read read verses 5 through 7.
Verse 5. And as some speak of the temple, how it was adorned with goodly stones and gifts, he said, as for these things which ye behold, the days will come, in the which there shall not be left one stone upon another, that shall not be thrown down.
Right, so Christ was letting it be known as the prophet that he was, man. He said, y'all adorn, admiring his temple. It's not going to be not one stone that's not going to be thrown down. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And they asked, saying, Master, but when shall these things be? And what sign will there be when these things shall come to pass?
Let's get the book of Jeremiah, chapter 23 and verse 5. We're about to rifle through some precepts to get the understanding on this third temple. You know what I'm saying? What do y'all, is it the third temple that's going to be built up? Okay. Third temple?
No, they ain't gonna be no third
No
temple.
church. Where's the third temple at then? Because we see prophecies, right? Of a third temple, huh? Within us,
There you
right? That's the third temple right
That's
there.
right.
We are that third temple. You know what I'm saying? You know, all these other nations is looking for something physical. Got the Arabs over there, the Palestinians, saying, oh, it was never a temple over there. You know what I'm saying? And if anybody's going to build it, it's going to be them. You know, and then you got the fake Jews over there saying that they're going to build the third temple.
Absolutely.
They not really understanding. Esau has no understanding, man. But the elites do. The elites know what's going on.
That's right.
That's why it's going to be a third abomination of
That's
desolation.
right. That's
Right?
right.
So let's get this right quick. Jeremiah 23 and verse 5.
Verse 5.
Um,
Behold, the days come, said the Lord, that I will raise up unto David a righteous branch,
uh-huh.
and a king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth.
Right. And who is this righteous branch? Let's go to Zechariah chapter 6 and verse 12. So he said he's going to raise unto David a righteous branch, right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I was dealing with some OT only Israelites recently, man. You know, they kind of, when I asked them certain questions about the prophecies dealing with Yahushua, you know, they kind of said the same thing that I don't want to say it, but that Revelation 13 debate that we had with that brother in Long Beach some weeks ago. When I brought out the Psalms 110, you know what I'm saying? Why is the Lord in all caps here? And then, you know, there's a one that's in lowercase where it says, the Lord said unto my Lord, sit thou at my right hand. You know what I'm saying? They say, oh, you're going a little bit too deep into this. You know what I'm saying? That's the response when they ain't, you know, when they get chopped up. Or you deal with Psalms, 22 and 16. David said, my hands and my feet have been pierced and dogs compass me about. You know what I'm saying? A lot of you Old Testaments only, man. Y'all are the builders that rejected, you know what I'm saying? What is it?
The cornerstone.
The cornerstone, man. We're going to pull that precept out on you in a minute. God.
Proverbs 24:7. Wisdom is too high for it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Man, I don't see how you can sit here and deny the Lord, man. But like he said, man, if you deny him before man, he going to deny you before the Lord.
That's right.
If you confess him before man, he going to confess you before the Lord. You know what I'm saying? So let's get that right quick.
Zechariah what?
6, and let's start at verse 12.
Zechariah 6 and verse 12.
Uh-huh.
And spake unto him, saying, Thus said the Lord of hosts, saying, Behold, the man whose name is Barak, the branch, and he shall grow up out of his place, and he shall build the temple of the Lord.
He shall what?
And he shall build the temple of the Lord.
Go ahead.
Even he shall build the temple of the Lord, and he shall bear the glory, and shall sit and rule upon the throne, upon his throne, and he shall be a priest upon his throne, and the council of peace shall be between them both.
So look, and even then, you know, you got a lot of brothers who, you know, get upset about the priesthood or what have you. You know what I'm saying? But there is another priesthood outside of the Levitical priesthood, which is after the order of Melchizedek. You know what I'm saying? And Yahushua being the high priest of that priesthood. And we as men are all priests after the order of Melchizedek. You know what I'm saying? So let's go to Psalms chapter 110. It's just talking about it actually. Let's go to Psalms 110 verses 1 through 4. And let's get that understanding on the priesthood right there. You know, because Yahushua has now made that high priest.
Psalms 110 and verse 1. The Lord said unto my Lord, Sit thou at my right hand, till I make thy enemies thy footstool. The Lord shall send a rod of thy strength out of Zion. Rule thou in the midst of thy enemies. Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power, in the beauty and holiness from the womb of the morning. Thou hast the dew of thy youth.
Come on, go ahead.
The Lord has sworn and will not repent. Thou art a priest forever after the order of Melchizedek.
Right. So now you got to study the history of Melchizedek. He came during the time of Abraham. Abraham presented some tithes unto him, and Melchizedek was Yahushua in the spirit, man. And it talks about that in the book of Hebrews. You know what I'm saying? So, Abraham, and that was before the Levitical priesthood. You know what I'm saying? At the time of Abraham, there was no Levites at that time. You know what I'm saying? But there was a priest that Abraham offered tithes into. You know what I'm saying? And that was Melchizedek. That was Yahushua, right?
Okay.
So now let's go to Isaiah chapter 9 right quick, and let's get verses 6 down a little bit. Let's see that right quick. Because it's going to be a government, and it's going to be a literal temple once the kingdom of heaven is established. You know what I'm saying? Where else is Yahushua going to be able to sit upon his throne? It's going to be a temple built in the kingdom, but right now it's a spiritual temple being built up. You know what I'm saying? So not made with man's hands. So let's get this right quick.
Isaiah 9 and 6.
Yeah.
Isaiah chapter 9 and verse 6. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulders, and his name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. Of the increase of his government and peace there shall be no end, upon the throne of David and upon his kingdom, to order it and to establish it with judgment and with justice from henceforth even forevermore. The zeal of the Lord of hosts will perform this.
So this can't be talking about David, because David didn't have a life of peace. He had a life of war throughout all of his years until he was in his old age. So who could this be talking about, man? You know what I'm saying? So this is talking about Yahushua. You know what I'm saying? So now let's get into the aspect of us being the temple, right? Let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 6, and let's get verse 19. Let me see.
Good.
Yeah, you can get that.
Okay. 1 Corinthians chapter 6 and 19. What? Know ye not that your bodies is the temple of the Holy Ghost, which is in you, which ye have of God, and ye are not your own.
It says, read that. I'm sorry, one more time. Read that again.
Verse 19. What? Know ye not that your bodies is the temple of the Holy Ghost, which is in you?
Right. So it says your bodies is the temple. You know what I'm saying? With the Holy Spirit that's living inside of you, right? Go ahead.
Which ye have of God, and ye are not your own.
Let's stay in 1 Corinthians. Let's get 1 Corinthians chapter 3 now. And let's get verse 16.
Verse 16. Know ye not that you are the temple of God, and that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you?
So we're gonna get certain aspects about the temple and how the Most High dwelt within the temple during those ancient times, and we're gonna relate it to today's time for us, right? But before we do that, we're gonna get a couple more precepts. Let's get that was it on that one?
Yeah, was it on that one?
Let's get St. John chapter 2 and verse 19 through 21 right quick.
St. John chapter 2 and 19.
Yeah.
Yahushua answered and said unto them, destroy this temple, and in 3 days I will raise it up.
Yeah.
Then said the Jews, 46 years was this temple in building, and wilt thou rear it up in 3 days.
It says it took 46 years to build this thing up. And you gonna tear it down and build it up in 3 days? You know what I'm saying? People that they didn't have the understanding right there.
Right.
He was talking about he himself is that temple, man. And all of us being a part of that temple, we lay our own brick. We all have a brick to lay to contribute to the building of this temple, man. You know what I'm saying? So keep going on that. Was that it on that? Let me see.
21.
Yeah, go ahead.
Verse 21. But he spake of the temple of his body.
There you go. He made it plain upon table.
That's
so
right.
Let's get Ephesians chapter 2 and verse 20 now. Let's get Ephesians, man. Getting a few precepts to, before we go into the temple and how it relates to us.
2 and what?
2, and let's start at verse 20.
Ephesians chapter
Start at 19.
verse 2 and 19. Now therefore ye are no more strangers and foreigners, but fellow citizens with the saints, and of the holy, and of the household of God, and are built upon the foundations of the apostles and the prophets.
Right. So the foundation that we have is the apostles and the prophets that came before us.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? We got the likes of Jeremiah and Isaiah and Ezekiel and Hosea. You know what I'm saying? All the prophets and the mighty men that came before us, the apostles, dealing with Paul and Peter and John, all these men, mighty men that came before us. These are the foundation, right? Go ahead.
Yahushua himself being the chief cornerstone.
He's being the what?
The chief cornerstone.
Yahushua is the chief cornerstone, man. Anybody that, deals with, architecture and building buildings up, they know you got to have you a chief cornerstone that's going to be where you're going to plant everything else based off of where you put this stone at.
That's right.
And Yahushua represents that stone, right? So let's get
that's right.
1 Peter chapter 2 and verse, let's start at let me see. 1 Peter chapter 2, and we're gonna start at verse 4. So, but now, you got to understand too, like, everybody got a specific role to play. You know what I'm saying? Some people gonna come in 30-fold, some people gonna come in 60-fold, 90-fold, 100-fold. Everybody is different, and everybody can't, everybody can't be Kobe, man. Somebody got to be Ron Artest. You know what I'm saying? Somebody got to be Sasha Vujacic. Y'all don't even know who that is, right? You know what I'm saying? So, like, you look at these sports teams, everybody got a role to play, from the least to the greatest, man. And it was all necessary for them to play their roles in order for them to win a championship, man. In order for us to complete the building of this third temple, the spiritual temple, we all got to play our roles, man. No, and the Most High hath given every man his own particular lot, man. And look, you got to be the one, like Timothy talks about. You got to be the one, or Paul, to stir that gift that the Most High hath given you, man. You got to stir that gift up and see what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? He talks about that, So let's get there right quick.
1 Peter 2 and verse 4. To whom coming, as unto a living stone, disallowed indeed of men, but chosen of God and precious. He also, as lively stone, are built up a spiritual house, a holy priesthood.
Right. So we building up a spiritual house right now. We all dwelling within this house. And it says a holy priesthood after the order of Melchizedek. Right. Go ahead.
To offer up spiritual sacrifice.
And we still sacrifice, but our sacrifices are spiritual these days. Right? Go ahead.
Acceptable to God by Yahushua.
And these sacrifices are acceptable. And we're gonna get into some of the sacrifices in a minute. Let's get this one right quick. Acts chapter 4 and verse 10. Acts chapter 4 and verse 10. But Esau is going to be looking to stop us from doing these spiritual sacrifices, man. And we're going to get into some of those. Before we get into this, we're going to get into some of those precepts. So, but let's get that right quick.
Acts 4 and 10.
Yeah.
Be it now unto you all, and to all the people of Israel, that by the name of Yahushua of Nazareth, whom ye crucified, whom God raised from the dead, even by him doeth this man stands here before you whole.
Mhm.
This is the stone which was set at nigh of the builders, which is become the head cornerstone.
Right. Read that last part one more time. I think he said I missed the key word on that one.
This, verse 11,
Mhm.
this is the stone which is set at nigh of your builder, which becomes the head cornerstone.
Okay, so I'm probably thinking of another one where it says that but the builders refused to build this temple up, and that was going into those that rejected Yahweh Shah.
Mhm.
That would be your Pharisees and Sadducees, certain of the Pharisees and Sadducees, and your elders, scribes, and priests, certain of them as well that rejected Yahweh Shah. You know what I'm saying? So, but if you don't want to put down your brick, hey man, so the Most High is gonna send somebody else to come put down that brick, right? It's nothing for the Most High to utilize somebody else, use you for a moment in time. You know what I'm saying? But look, we don't need you no more.
That's true.
I got another man that's right behind you. He's gonna want to do the works of the Lord,
That's right.
and he's gonna lay down a brick. You know,
That's true.
and he's gonna go find other people that want to do this laborious work. You know what I'm saying? So, but let's get that. But now, I want to go into the temple. So the Luke 20. That one, okay, yeah, I think so. Yeah, they had a bunch of precepts for that one, and I think it's Psalms 118. But yeah, let's get that right quick.
Luke 20.
Yeah, 20 and 17.
Luke chapter 20 and verse 17. And he beheld them and said, what is this then that is written? The stone which the builders rejected,
Mm-hmm.
the same is become the head cornerstone.
Right. So it said the stone that the builders rejected. And and some of them say, well, the Jews rejected Christ, so therefore it was open unto all nations. You know what I'm saying? They love trying to utilize that one as their go-to. But when you go through the precepts, you get better understanding, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna try to find that one right quick where it says that he was rejected of the priests, elders and scribes. I want to say that was looking at Mark. I think that's I was looking at John. I think this is Mark 8. Let me see. Verse 31. I'll read it right quick. It says, and he began to teach them that the Son of Man must suffer many things and be rejected of the elders and of the chief priests and scribes and be killed. And after 3 days, rise again. So let's get the one in Acts. Acts chapter 20 right quick. Acts chapter 20, because not everybody, of Israel rejected Yahweh Shah. So let's get Acts chapter 20 and let's get I'm gonna say it's 21 and let's get verse 20.
Acts chapter 20.
21. Oh, verse 20.
21 and 20. Verse 20. And when they heard it, they glorified the Lord and said unto him, thus seeth, brother, how many thousands of Jews there are, how many thousand Jews are there which believe, and they all zealous of the law.
Right, and they are all zealous of the law. How many thousands of Jews that believe in Yahweh Shah, man? You know what I'm saying? So, but now I want to go into the dealings of the temple, and we're gonna I wish I had images to show everybody, but try my best to explain these things. So what was in and around the temple. We're gonna go into it a little bit. So first you had the bronze altar, which was pretty much the sacrifice, right? And the fires was within the bronze altar, and that's where they put the sacrifice, and those sacrifices was made into ash. You know what I'm saying? So, and it says they would sprinkle the blood in there, and the blood represents the life, right? So it says, and that is what atoned for our sins, right? So now let's get St. John chapter 1. St. John chapter 1, and let's get verse 29. Because when you presented a lamb, could you bring, or an animal, a ram, whatever the case may be, could they come with one arm? Could they have a eye missing?
No.
Israel was trying to do stuff like that, right? Hey, when you come to offer something to the Most High, you got to give your best, man.
That's right.
That's what the Most High expects, and nothing less, man. You can get put to death for that. You don't bring your best to the Most High, right? So, and was Yahweh Shai a lamb that had blemishes?
Nah.
Absolutely not. Let's get it right quick.
St. John chapter 1 and verse 29.
Uh-huh.
The next day John seeth Yahweh Shai coming unto him, and said, Behold, the Lamb of God,
Mm-hmm.
which taketh away the sins of the world.
That was it on that, right?
Yeah, that was it.
Come on, so let's get 2 Peter right quick, chapter 3. And let's get verse 13 through 15. So we're seeing, we know that Yahweh Shai was a perfect lamb. Some people try to say Yahweh Shai sinned. You know what I'm saying? Yahweh Shai did this. You got a lot of false, accusations against our
That's
Lord, right?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be false accusations against us. They're gonna edit some clips, and they're gonna use their little modern technology to make it look like you was doing something that you wasn't. And we're gonna have a lot of false charges upon us, man. All right, go ahead.
2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 13.
Uh-huh.
Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heaven and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness. Therefore, beloved, seeing that ye looked for such things, be diligent that ye may be found of him in peace, without spot and blameless.
So we want to make sure that in like manner of Yahweh Shai and walking down this same path, we without spot, we without blemish. You know what I'm saying? No stains upon our garments, no marks. You know what I'm saying? Nothing that can, that they can critique about us. You know what I'm saying? Because Yahweh Shai walked after that. And we being that new temple, and we being builders of the temple, we laying down our bricks. This is what was a part of the temple. The inside of the temple, around the temple. So we got to make sure that we on point in these things, right? So I'm gonna get into the second part of it. Was you had sacrifice, right? So let's get Romans chapter 12 and verse 2. Now, in the ancient times when they offered animals unto the temple, and the priest was doing the sacrifices, the person would have their hand on the head of that animal, and that was symbolic for the sins being passed down to that animal. You know what I'm saying? So, and then, that animal would be sacrificed, and the sins would be put upon that animal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that bloodshed that the animal had to suffer, that was the atonement, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? So let's get this right quick.
Scapegoat.
The scapegoat. There you go.
Romans 12 and 1. I beseech thee, therefore, brethren, by the mercy of God, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service.
So we ourselves are now offering up our bodies. Did we not just celebrate the Day of Atonement?
That's right.
And we offered up our bodies as a spiritual sacrifice unto the Lord, man. So all praises to the Most High for that. So now a third part of the temple would be something called the sea, also known as the Bronze Basin, right? And this was pretty much where the ceremonial washings of the priests would take place. And so let's get that in 1 John chapters 1 and 7. So now we are able to enter into this temple, man. Us men as being priests, you know what I'm saying? Because we are now made holy and cleansed through the word, which is Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? So now let's get that in what did I say? 1 John 1 and 7. Let's get that right there.
1 John 1 and 7. But if we walk in the light, as he is in the light, we have fellowship one with another, and the blood of Yahweh Shai, his son, cleanse us from all sins.
Right. So the blood of Yahweh Shai is what cleanses us now. You know what I'm saying? So let's get St. John chapter 15 and verse 3 to furthermore explain being cleansed with the word. So we seeing all of these things that's within the temple is now within us now. You know what I'm saying? The spiritual things, of keeping the law and what the priests had to do in the ancient times. Now we're still doing those things right now. You know what I'm saying? So let's get that. St. John 15:3.
Verse 3. Now ye are clean through the words which I speak unto you.
We clean through taking a bath.
We are clean through the words which I spoke unto
You
you.
mean being dipped into water?
Which I spoke unto you.
Right. So we clean through the word, man. That's how we clean now. Right. So let's the next thing was the brass pillars. Right. So the brass pillars was pretty much like something that would support the roof of the temple. Like I wonder if I can get an example. You know, it'd probably be like the edge of the garage here. You know what I'm saying? It was something that helps establish the roof. You know what I'm saying? And it was everything was made decked out in gold, man. You know, and they had fine wood and they put gold over that wood. I think they was using acacia wood. And that's probably some of the finest wood that you'll ever see. So this again is called the brass pillars. And these pillars, it was two pillars, and they were named Jachin and Boaz. Right? So now let's get Revelation 3 and verse 12 right quick. Are we pillars? We pillars, huh?
Yep.
All praises, man. Now we pillars. Now we supporting, you know what I'm saying, this temple. And if you don't have these pillars, man, this temple might crumble.
That's right.
So we don't know who these pillars, they probably some mighty men. You know what I'm saying? Back on the earth. You know? Go ahead.
3 and what?
3 and 12.
Verse 12. Him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my God, and he shall go no more out, and I will write upon him the name of my God.
Right. So if you overcome this world, you don't give in to the stuff that they pushing out here. You don't give in to the philosophies and ideologies and doctrines of men and all of the wickedness that we see. The Most High said he's gonna make you a pillar in his kingdom.
That's right.
You're gonna be a person that supports and actively participates in the keeping up of the kingdom of heaven, man. You know what I'm saying? So now the next thing was
Finish that.
Oh yeah, go ahead on that.
And the name of the city of God, which is New Jerusalem, which cometh down out of heaven from my God, and I will write upon him my new name.
It's beautiful right there. So now the next thing was the holy place, right? So now it says only the priests were allowed inside this holy place. You know, so now let's get what's that?
Just a quick correction.
Okay.
The scapegoat was sacrificed, the scapegoat was released, and other sacrifices for the sin.
Okay.
So that's reversed. But
All right, for sure.
brother noted that on the comment board. So make sure
Oh, okay. Somebody said something. Okay, for sure.
16, scapegoat being released. I think you had said the scapegoat was sacrificed. Maybe that might have been why he was
Okay. Yeah. All right, for sure. Let's get that in what did I say? I didn't say that. Let's get First Peter chapter 2, and let's get verse 9 right quick. First Peter chapter 2 and verse 9. Yeah, let's get that right.
Good.
Or you know what? Let me see. Oh yeah, we was already here. Let's get
Yeah.
First Peter 2 and 9.
Verse 9. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises of him who have called you out of darkness into his marvelous light.
So we was made to be a royal priesthood. Again, this is after the order of Melchizedek, man. You know what I'm saying? So us men, we are set up to be the priests, and now, we are able to go inside this temple. All of us. You know what I'm saying? So we're able to step inside the holy place. And you guys could also write down what's that? Exodus, is it 17 and 6? A nation of priests. Is that what it is?
19 and 6.
19 and 6. All right, so yeah, write that one down. Exodus 19 and 6. A nation of priests, a kingdom of priests. Right. So now let's go into the golden lampstands and the showbread. Right. So that was like, I think I said what about the 16. So right here you had pretty much it was like 10 lampstands that they used to have like within the temple, and you also had showbread upon that temple. So now let's get Second Chronicles chapter 4, and let's Second Chronicles. Let me get that. What did I say? Verse 7.
Verse 7.
Yeah.
Second Chronicles chapter 4 and verse 7. And he made 10 candlesticks of gold according to their form, and set them in the temple, 5 on the right hand and 5 on the left.
Go ahead.
He made also 10 tables and placed them in the temple, 5 on the right side and 5 on the left.
Drop down to verse 19 and 20.
Verse 19. And Solomon made all the vessels that were for the house of God, the golden altar also, and the table whereupon the shewbread was set. Moreover, the candlesticks with their lamps, that they should burn after the manner before the oracles of pure gold.
Let's get what's that? Let's get St. John chapter 9. Let's get verse 5.
See, and another thing, he's bringing out all of this gold and what was in the temple. That let you know when every time a nation had got us into captivity, they became wealthy. Even until this day.
Yeah.
They may not have took the gold that that was over in Jerusalem today when we came over on cargo slave ships, but right now we're the gold and we helped build up America. Yeah. So in each captivity, all them nations that had us, they became wealthy and became the power of the world. So just keep that in mind as the brother reading it, because I'm looking at all this gold. Could you imagine what the price is of that gold could be today?
Right.
Unbelievable.
I forget who said that. I think it was in Lamentations. Jeremiah talked about how has the dim become dim. The gold become dim. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely are that gold. But I think it said St. John chapter 9 and verse 5.
5.
Yeah. So this is the candlesticks now. You know what I'm saying? And we are as well. Go ahead.
Verse 5. As long as I am in the world, I am the light of the world.
Read that one more time.
As long as I am in the world, I am the light of the world.
So you guys can also write down St. John chapter 6, verses 48 through 51. It talks about I am the bread and the life. Yahushua spoke on that.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So and also Yahushua also said in Matthew chapter 5, ye are the light of the world. You know what I'm saying? It says the law is light in Proverbs 6 and 23. You know what I'm saying? So this is our light now. You know what I'm saying? Our spiritual light, right? So let's go into the golden incense. It says, these are the prayers that were offered at the golden altar, and it was a sweet incense unto the Most High. And nobody couldn't just use this incense.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And if anybody tried to make anything of any likeness unto this incense, they would get cut off from among their people. As saith in the law.
And put to death.
Yeah. Come
Moses' sons were put to death.
Right.
That's right.
And that actually happened to some people. So, but now, our prayers are the sweet incense unto the Most High. Right. So let's go to first the law, Exodus 30, and let's get verses 35, and I think I want 37 through 32.
Is what?
30.
30.
Yeah.
Verse 35. And thou shalt make and thou shalt make it a perfume, a confliction after the art of the apothecary, temperate together, pure and holy. And thou shalt beat some of it very, very small, and put of it before the testimony of the tabernacle of the congregation, where I will meet with thee. It shall be unto you most holy.
Mm-hmm. What verse is that?
Verse 36.
Okay, yeah, keep reading down.
And as for the perfume which thou hast made, ye shall not make to yourselves according to the compensation upon unto the compensation thereof. It shall be unto thee holy for the Lord.
Right, so that perfume, that incense, that sweet savor that the Most High enjoyed, it was only for the Most High, man. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't for all people, you know? So let's keep going on that.
Verse 38. Whosoever shall make like unto that, to smell thereunto, shall even be cut off from his people.
Right, so if you make anything in likeness to that, man, you can be cut off, man. It's a whole bunch of laws that we got to keep as a people. You know, and who knows how it really smells? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I'm sure it
Pure.
smells good.
Pure.
You know what I'm saying? Straight pure. Right. So let's get Oh, okay. The next one was let's get the veil. Oh well, you know what? Y'all can write this down. Still on the prayers that are offered. You got Revelation chapter 5 and verse 8. That's a sweet incense of the prayers of saints.
Right.
It talks about. There's various other precepts on that. But you know, y'all can take that one for right now. But the next part was the veil of the temple. And this is pretty much a veil that would separate between the holy place and the holy of holies.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that veil, I know IQ went into the veil, you know, a little while ago. I know he did probably at our last, was it Tabernacles? We talked about it. Con, I remember you went in about the veil. We brought out the precepts on the veil. But you know, like I said, it was where they separated the holy place from the most holy place, and only once a year the Levites could go in there and they would atone for the sins of the people on the Day of Atonement.
Right.
Right. So, and we just actually did that again. So, you know, so we atoned for our sins. And let's get Matthew chapter 12 and verse 6 right quick. That's what I want. Matthew 12 and 6.
Let me read it when I get it.
Oh yeah.
12 and 6.
Yeah.
Matthew chapter 12 and verse 6. But I say unto you that in this place is one greater than the temple. But if ye had known what this meaneth, I would have mercy and not sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
Ye would not have condemned the guiltless.
I don't know if that's the one I want. Can I read it again one more time?
Verse 6.
Yeah.
Verse 6. But I say unto you that in this place is one greater than the temple.
Mm-hmm.
But if ye had known what this meant, I will have mercy and not sacrifice. Ye would not have condemned the guiltless.
Right. So the Most High has always said he prefers somebody to have a pure heart when serving him. And even David spoke about it in Psalms chapter 51, how the Most High would rather have a person have a clean heart. You know, you can still offer up your sacrifices, especially at that time. You know what I'm saying? But again, we offering up spiritual sacrifices, and we're going to get, after I run through this last little bit of this list, how we are offering spiritual sacrifices and quickly how Esau is going to try to disrupt the spiritual sacrifices that we offer. So let's jump to Hebrews chapter 10 right quick, and let's get verse 19. Hebrews goes into a lot of the things concerning the temple, you know, the priesthood, and things that were now replaced. Those ancient things. Go ahead.
10 and what?
10 and 19.
Verse 19. Having therefore, brethren, boldness to enter into the holiest by the blood of Yahweh Shai.
Okay,
20.
yeah. Where we at? Yeah,
Hebrews 10.
Yeah, 10 and 19.
10 and 19.
God.
Having therefore, brethren, boldness to enter into the holiness by the blood of Yahweh Shai.
So we entering into the holiest by the blood of Yahweh Shai, man. Yahweh Shai being made that high priest, man. You know what I'm saying? So now we're able to enter into that holy place. Was that it on that?
That's it. 20.
Yeah, get 20 through 21.
Verse 20. By by a new and living way which he have consecrated for us through the veil, that is to say, his flesh, and having an high priest over the house of God.
Yahweh Shah is the high priest over the house of God now. So the next thing is the most holy place. This is where the commands are given, unto the priest. And it says this is, the mercy seat is there. You had the blood that was sprinkled over that. You had the 2 tables of stone in there. And that was the next thing. So let's get, matter of fact, let's get Hebrews 9 and 16 right quick. Let's stay in Hebrews. Hebrews chapter 9, and let's get verse 16.
Verse 16.
Uh-huh.
For where a testimony is, there must also of necessity be the death of the tester.
I wrote that one down. I was writing precepts on the way over. The car jumping up and down. I wrote that one down wrong. Let me see right quick. It's chapter 4 and 16.
4 and 16. Yeah. Hebrews chapter 4 and verse 16. Let us therefore come boldly unto the throne of grace.
So that mercy seat is also known as the throne of grace. And we have our grace through the Lord Yahweh Shah now. This is where our grace comes from, right? But you can't abuse that grace because grace is going to run out. You know what I'm saying? But we do have grace through the Lord Yahweh Shah. Go ahead.
That we may obtain mercy and find grace to help in time of need.
So now, the next thing was the cherubim, right? The cherubim, which you had winged sculptures in full gold, which represented God's divine presence. You know what I'm saying? So now let's get, I wrote that one down a while too. I don't even know what this is. So let's get St. John 3 and 16. Let's get the infamous St. John 3 and 16. We ain't even going to break it down because it don't pertain to nobody else but the nation of Israel, man. What is this? That's what it's
Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
All right. St. John chapter 3 and verse 16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life.
Get verse 17.
For God sent not his Son unto the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved.
There was a time, look, nobody could just enter up into the Holy of Holies. You would get put to death. You know what I'm saying? But now through Yahweh Shah, we do enter into these holies, the Holy of Holies, and we have eternal life through Yahweh Shah. You know what I'm saying? So now, like I said, with the cherubims, which was, sculptures of these winged creatures within the temple, the Holy of Holies, and that's where the Ark of the Covenant was. But let's get Genesis chapter 3 and verse 23. So these sculptures wasn't set up to be idols or nothing like that, nothing of any worship. You know what I'm saying? You had cherubims from the beginning. So Genesis 23, and let's get verse 23.
Verse 23. Therefore the Lord God sent him forth from the Garden of Eden to till the ground from hence he was taken.
Right. So this is where Adam, Eve, they went off. They were cast out of the Garden of Eden. Go ahead.
So he drove out the man, and he placed at the east of the Garden of Eden cherubims and a flame of sword, which turned every way to keep the way of the tree of life.
Because it was no longer easily accessible for a man to enter into eternal life. You know what I'm saying? So he had to have those cherubims at that tree of life. What did it say? At the east, placed at the east of the Garden of Eden, cherubims and a flaming sword, which turned every way to keep the way of the tree of life. So that's what that represented, man. It was eternal life, and you just couldn't get it after what Adam, and Eve did. But now through the Lord Yahweh Shai, we got that eternal life. We're getting that tree of life. Like it says in the book of Revelation 22 and 14, blessed are they that keep the commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life. Man. what I'm saying? So let's get going into the Ark of the Covenant. It says this is pretty much in a wooden box where the tables of stone was kept. You know that the Most High gave unto Moses, and it was hidden by Jeremiah the prophet, where it said he gave the prophecy no man would ever be able to find where the Ark of the Covenant was at. And I know Ra'ashah brought that out a long time ago, gave me a mighty precept through the Spirit in Revelation, where it says that Ark of the Covenant is with the Most High now. You know what I'm saying? That's where that Ark of the ain't no man gonna find it. You got some nations of people saying they found it, they got it. No, you don't. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna make the Bible a lie. You're gonna make the Most High a lie. You know what I'm saying? So, but we know, like it says in Romans 3 and 4, it says the Most High is not a man that he should lie. Are we gonna let God be true and every man a lie? You know what I'm saying? So that's dealing with the Ark of the Covenant. Y'all can write down John chapter 14 and verse 6. And you can also write down Exodus chapter 25, verses 10 through 12. Or no, 10 through 22, I believe. And then we're going to go into the storerooms, which is pretty much the treasuries. Right? So that was the last part of the temple, what was inside the temple. And it was basically, treasures of the temple and dedicated gifts from the people. You know what I'm saying? And the wealth of the king. You know what I'm saying? So now we can get that in Matthew chapter 6 right quick. Matthew chapter 6. And bear with us. We're going to close out in a little bit. We only an hour and a half through. Give us like 10 to 15 more. You know what I'm saying? We're going to bear with us. What did I say?
6, Matthew 6.
6 and 19, yeah.
Matthew chapter 6 and verse 19. Lay not up yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust do it corrupt.
Right. So now we not laying up our treasures upon this earth. You know what I'm saying? We still laying up our treasures, but it's going to be in the heavenly house of the Most High. Right? We're not laying our treasures upon this earth, trying to get you a nice fancy house out in the suburbs, living next to an Edomite. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get you the little old school vehicle, cranking and working, and so you can go to the little sideshow, you know what I'm saying, whatever they had in the jungles. You know what I'm saying? They driving around all the plazas looking nice. We don't care about those things, man. Right. Our treasures is gonna be where?
And where thieves break through and steal. But lay up your treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust, nor corruption, nor corrupt, and where thieves do not break through and steal, nor steal.
Hey, when we in the kingdom, we ain't gonna have to lock our doors, man.
That's right.
Hey, no more, man. Nobody ain't gonna come in and steal your stuff. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna have to be worried about it no more.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You see, sometimes you might forget to lock the door, and then you see somebody walking by, and then you go back to go lock it right quick.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna have to be worried about those things no more,
That's
man.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So now let's go into let me get these other notes I had. I forgot what I wanted to get. So let's get let's get the sacrifices that we offer now. Let's get a few of those. Let's get Sirach chapter 35. Sirach 35. Let's get verses 1 through 3. And you guys can also write down Romans chapter 7 and verse 14. It says, for that the law is spiritual. You know what I'm saying? So let's get this one quick. Sirach 35 and 1.
Verse 1. He that keepeth the law bringeth offerings enough. He that taketh heed to the commandments offereth a peace offering.
Go ahead.
He that requireth a good turn offereth fine flour, and he that giveth alms sacrifice praises.
So when you keep it the law of the Most High, that's your offering, man. That's your spiritual offering to the Most High nowadays. You know what I'm saying? So these are the sacrifices that we given unto the Most High. Was it more on that?
Unless you want 3.
No, you can get that right quick. Yeah, get that.
Verse 3. To depart from wickedness is things pleasing to the Lord, and to forsake unrighteousness is a preparation.
Let's get Psalms chapter 51, and let's get verse 14, I believe. Made mention of it earlier, but this is a sacrifice that the Most High accepts these days. So Psalms 51, and let's get actually verse 17. Or no, let's start at 16. Psalms 51 and 16.
Psalms 51 and verse 16. For thou desirest not sacrifices, else would I have given it. Thou delightest not in burnt offerings. The sacrifice of God are a broken spirit, a broken and a contrite heart. O God, thou wilt not despise.
So the Most High is not going to despise somebody with a broken and contrite spirit, somebody that's humble, somebody that's sincere. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Not always in a state like Solomon talked about, in a state of mirth. You know what I'm saying? Turn it up. We should be in a state of mourning, man. You know what I'm saying? Looking to the day of Yahweh Shah. You know what I'm saying? Preparing ourselves for that time. You know what I'm saying? So these are the sacrifices that the Most High now accepts from us. You know, so let's get or you guys can write down Hebrews chapter 13 and verse 6. You know, it says, but to do good and communicate, forget not.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for these are the such sacrifices. I don't remember the rest, but I'm sure y'all get what I'm saying. So the Most High is well pleased with those things, right? So that's Hebrews 13 and 6. You guys can write down Judith 6 and 16. You got a lot. You got Psalm 69 and 29. I didn't even get all of the precepts, but just to kind of, you know, summarize everything. You know, let's get Sirach chapter 1 and verse 25. You know, because Esau is going to, you know, come down upon this third temple. You know, he's trying many ways to have us to defile this temple, man. You know what I'm saying? To offer swine's flesh by getting us to eat pork. You know, that's why he's putting pork in various foods. You know, that's you defiling the temple, man.
Mm-hmm.
And the Most High used to dwell within the temple that we had. Now the Most High dwells where? Within us, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, we know, like it says in Joel chapter 2 and verse 27, I am the Lord your God, you know, and I'm kind of lost remembering the precept. But he says that he dwelleth within Israel.
Right.
And I will be their God and none else.
Right, and none else, man. So let's get that right quick. Sirach 1 and 25 right quick.
1 and 25. Sirach chapter 1 and verse 25.
Mm-hmm.
The parable of knowledge are in the treasures of wisdom, but godliness is an abomination to a sinner.
Right, so they hate the fact that our women is dressing modest now. And you're not showing off your body like the summer walkers. You know what I'm saying? Like all of these women that we seeing all throughout social media. You know, these influencers and all that. They hate these things. They hate that you're growing your beard out, man. You know what I'm saying? Esau sees these things and he's going to defile the temple. Remember what Antiochus did, man? He walked in there proudly. What you think he gonna do when he come and knock when he's at your door, man? What he gonna do to your body, man? He knows what it represents. You know what I'm saying? He sees the fringes. You think he ain't gonna cut those off? He gonna do some vile stuff to the temple of the Lord, man. Because the elites know that this temple is being built up and they are upset about it. It's an abomination to them. Godliness is an abomination to these heathen, man. You know, you stopping the how many of y'all celebrating Halloween, man? Y'all looking forward to it? You know how many Israelites is waking up right now? And how much dollars they are losing because of it? And the Christmas and Thanksgiving and all that. It's Israelites everywhere these days, man. And that's hurting their pockets. And we see certain examples like in Acts when, you know, they was turning the city upside down. You know, and they was like, look, we got to get them up out of here, man. They messing up our funds, man. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to see, you know, a lot of things come to pass upon this third temple. I had a lot more, but I ain't going to go into everything. So, but I will go into this. Let's get, let's go back. Yeah, let's get Matthew 24 right quick. Matthew 24 and verse 9. Let's get that, because this is something that we're going to go through, man. But like, you know, I like these precepts in the book of Job. I think it's Job chapter 5 and verse 16. It says, affliction cometh not from the dust. You know what I'm saying? You born into this thing. Affliction don't come out of nowhere. And yeah, we're not talking about no light affliction. You can't pay your rent this month. You know what I'm saying? Things are all downhill. You've got a flat tire and all that. We got to deal with some heavy persecution. You know what I'm saying? But it don't just spring out of nowhere. This is what the will of the Most High hath ordained from the beginning, man. You know what I'm saying? But he, like it says in Psalms, he look at that his saints, the blood of the saints is precious unto the Lord. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, look, we don't count our bodies as being anything. We're looking forward to our spiritual bodies.
All right.
All right, go ahead.
Matthew's what?
24, and let's get verse 9.
Verse 9. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hurt. And ye shall be hated. And ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And then shall many be offered, and shall offended, and many shall be offended, and shall be betrayed one another, and shall hate one another.
So we're gonna be offered up. It might be some people that you're close with. You know what I'm saying? Some people that you got into arguments with about this truth. You was cutting them up with the scriptures or whatever. They're gonna be the ones to deliver you up, man. They don't give a damn about us. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be nothing. Oh yeah. What's they're gonna be like Shalak? Oh yeah, he stay at such and such. Not a problem, man. Yeah, man. He tried to cut me with what was that? He said something in Matthew, So they're gonna come for us, man.
Yeah, definitely.
So Esau's looking forward to that. But let's get Isaiah chapter 13 right quick. Isaiah chapter 13, man. Because look, hey, we raising our flag right now.
That's right.
And we declaring war. But we don't have a literal flag, man. Not just yet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a banner.
Right. And then our banner is this book, man.
That's right.
This is it right here, man.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
This is our banner, man. And we declaring war on this country, man. And anytime when you look at the history of people coming into other lands and setting up their banner, that was a declaration of war. You couldn't just do that, man. I mean, if you do that, you letting it know you want to go down, you want to go to war, man.
Yeah.
It's bloodshed. And we doing that. And that's what they were trying to accuse Yahushua of. And Yahushua didn't back down from that. He let it be known, like, look, it's not going to be one stone that you see that's not going to be thrown down. It is going to be another kingdom to come. That's what all the prophets and the apostles were saying in the time of Babylon and Medo-Persia and Greece and Rome. I didn't want to hear about their kingdom being taken down.
That's right.
So that's what they call treason. You know what I'm saying? That's in the definition of treason. Let me see if I got that right quick. I'm gonna pull it up right quick. Definition of treason. But let's get that in Isaiah chapter 13 right quick. 13 and 1.
13 and 1.
Okay.
Verse 1. The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah, the son of Amos, did see. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain. Exalt the voice unto them. Shake the hand.
So we exalting the voice. We exalting the voice of the prophets and the apostles and the men that came before us. And we exalting our voice when we teaching, when we on the highways and byways. That's how we exalting the voice, and we lifting up that banner, man. And we restoring to the people what was taken from us. And we putting us back in our rightful positions as kings and princesses and daughters of Zion upon this earth, man. Go ahead.
And shake the hand, that they may go into the gates of the nobles. I have command my sacrifice once. I have also called the mighty ones of my anger, even them that rejoice in my highness.
Keep going through 4.
The noise of the multitude in the mountains, like as a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdom and of nations gathered together.
So that army is being built up right now, man. That army is here, man. That's right. You know what I'm saying? But we ain't picking up swords and shields and bucklers.
Hmm.
We ain't picking up ammo and guns. You know what I'm saying? We're not doing that because we're not about to fight against these. We got the Lord Yahweh that's gonna fight for us, man.
Right.
We don't have to do nothing. The Most High is gonna fight for us. So y'all keep that in mind, man. And then we're gonna close it out with one other precept. And we're gonna get Zephaniah chapter 3 and verse 8,
Let me
man.
finish that.
Oh yeah, go ahead on that.
A tumultuous noise of the kingdom of the nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustereth the host of the battle.
Con.
What?
Yeah, con. Let's get that in Zephaniah chapter 3 and verse 8. And I got the definition of treason right here. It says the crime of betraying one's country, especially by attempting to kill the sovereign or overthrow the government. Man. And we've seen acts of treason. What was the gunpowder plot? You know what I'm saying? With the what was dude's name again?
Oh yeah, Guy Fawkes.
Guy Fawkes, man. He was trying to assassinate King James. You know what I'm saying? That was an act of treason. And that's how they looking at us right now. We committing treason.
They just did that on the 6th of January. When they came in there with Confederate flag in the state capitol.
Oh yeah, I know, right? Yeah, they tried to overthrow it right there.
They tried to
That's right.
overthrow it
That's right.
with that flag.
God.
This is what we represent, right?
Yeah. God, and they had some confederacies in there as well, man. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's what they saying. They're accusing us of doing.
Right.
You know, but hey, look, we following after our Lord, man.
There you go.
That's what we following after, man. We're not gonna put ourselves in no trouble, in no reckless speech. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna be bold right now. You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, Yahweh Shai, man. We following after what the Bible says.
That's right.
That's what we following after. So let's close it out with this.
Zephaniah what?
3 and verse 8.
Zephaniah 3 and verse 8. Therefore wait ye upon me.
No, do your own thing.
Therefore wait upon me.
Join the NFIC.
Therefore wait upon me.
What's the not effing around? What's the coalition? NFAC. Join the NFAC.
Therefore wait upon me.
Gather your arms and your guns and your ammo, man.
Wait upon me.
Hey, look, the Most High made it plain upon tables. Wait upon him, man. What is the Most High gonna do?
Said the Lord, until the day that I raise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them my indignation, even all my fury's anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealous.
And with that, we're gonna say death to Babylon.
Death to Babylon.
That's right. That's right.
Cold scripture right there.
That's right.